Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. Welcome to this episode of Am I the Asshole? Our first one is from Late for an Appointment. Am I the asshole for refusing to change someone's baby's diaper? My wife and I have been married for 10 plus years and have a few kids. Sister-in-law and her husband had a baby 2 years ago. No major complaints, they just tend to ask for people to do stuff that I would think they'd do themselves. They'll come over to our house, they live an hour away, and they'll ask ahead of time if we have their kids' favorite crackers on hand. Why they don't just pack the crackers? I don't know. They are well off, money not an issue. If one of them leaves the room, they'll ask one of us, my wife or kids, to be in charge of the baby, even if the other parent is right there, just scrolling on their phone or something. But whenever I say something to my wife, she says I'm being too much. The other day, we're having dinner at mother-in-law's house when the baby had a poopy diaper. Sister-in-law looks at me and says in the sweetest voice, "Uncle, can you change the diaper?" She frequently does this when we're there, but this was the first time I was asked. I answered politely, "No, I'm sorry, I don't do that." "You don't do diapers?" "No, I don't do other people's kids' diapers if their mom or dad is around. I mean, if I'm babysitting, sure thing. But yeah, if the parents are around, I just feel like it's their job." Sister-in-law looks like she's ready to cry. "Well, I feel selfish." I smiled to try to set her at ease. Not trying to make you feel any way, just telling you a boundary is all. The table got really awkward as she got up and did the diaper. Afterwards, my wife blamed me for making sister-in-law feel bad and said I could have just changed the diaper. Not trying to make anyone feel bad, but I've had 3 kids and I always took responsibility. I watched them, I packed for them, and I changed them. I'm not looking to be a secondary parent for this kid. I really can't see the OP being the asshole in here because, as they stated, all they did was set a boundary, and they have a point. If it's somebody else's kid and that somebody is just standing right there, not doing anything, I don't see why they can't do the job of being a parent. This next one is by OK Tower 7381. Am I the asshole for telling a friend exactly why my wife and I wouldn't go on a trip with her? My wife and I, both 32, both female, have a friend named Anna, 33. Anna is so sweet, very funny, and can also be very naive. While this isn't always a bad thing, she is at times ignorant of how the world works, news, etc. Anna has family that owns a large vacation property in another country. She's long wanted to take a friend's trip there, and is finally planning on doing so. Multiple people have been invited, and this past weekend, when she and I got coffee, my wife and I were invited. The problem is, homosexuality is criminalized in this country. In case you missed it, I am a woman married to a woman, and I would not feel safe traveling there. I would especially be worried about my wife. She has a very classic, butch look, whereas I am more feminine. I know a lot of times these laws will pertain more towards gay men, but still. We would not feel safe, and that's what matters. For what it's worth, my wife knew we were probably going to be invited and said fuck no to any idea of traveling there when I mentioned it. I didn't make a choice for the both of us by myself. I told Anna, "No, I'm sorry, but my wife and I would not be able to travel there." Well, she pressed why. I said, "Because we're gay. That country criminalizes gay people." She just said, and kind of awkwardly changed the topic. Later though, I got a text. She said she felt embarrassed for her not knowing, and while she didn't know, it's not like she's homophobic or anything, just that she wants to go on a trip there, and why did I have to be so blunt about it? I'm really frustrated, and also, I feel bad. I'm not sure why. I guess I could have made an excuse that airfare is pricey right now, or we had something else planned, but my wife is saying I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. Am I the asshole? Edit. Forgot to add, but I didn't include which country because I felt it was wrong. The government, etc. makes these choices. I would feel bad putting blame on a whole country that certainly has an LGBTQ population, hidden or not. It's in the Middle East, and that's all I'll say. Definitely not the asshole for not only looking after your own skin, but your partner's as well. If the friend feels bad, it could just be because they were ignorant about things, but even then, it's not like their feeling bad should force anybody to have to go with them. This next one is from No Entry 4129. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my sister's wedding or give a gift after she invited my ex but excluded my wife? My 32 female sister, 28 female, is getting married in a few weeks. She recently sent out the official invites, and while I was included, my wife, 30 female, was not. When I asked about it, my sister told me the decision was intentional. She said she wants her wedding to be as peaceful as possible, and that she doesn't feel comfortable having my wife there. For context, my wife and sister have never gotten along particularly well. There's no major incident or explosive history, just mutual dislike and a few passive-aggressive exchanges over the years. That said, my wife has always been respectful at family gatherings, and I've never seen her act out. What makes this worse, though, is that my ex-girlfriend, whom I dated for 4 years before meeting my wife, is invited. My sister remained friends with her after we broke up 6 years ago. I didn't love it, but I never made an issue of it. Still, it's incredibly hurtful to see that my sister would rather include someone from my past, someone I haven't spoken to in years, over the person I've chosen to build a life with. I told my sister that I wasn't comfortable attending under these circumstances, and that I wouldn't be sending a wedding gift either. I said if she doesn't recognize my wife as part of the family, then she shouldn't expect me to play along with the celebration as if everything is fine. She accused me of being petty and trying to punish her for setting boundaries. My parents have since called to say I'm overreacting and that I should just go and keep the peace. To me, this feels more than a disagreement. It feels like a fundamental lack of respect for my marriage. But the family seems to think I'm making it about me. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend the wedding and declining to give a gift because of how my wife has been treated? How could one actually be considered an asshole if they just wanted their significant other to attend a major life milestone for a part of that person's family? Like, I can't, for the life of me, understand it, on top of the fact that it's obvious the sister was doing this intentionally by inviting the ex, so I feel in the end, she's the real asshole, not the OP. And our final one is by Small Cat Big Meow. Am I the asshole for refusing to travel with my brother's family because his kids only eat junk food? I, male 39, am currently undergoing cancer treatment. In the end of it all, I'm planning to take a holiday with a friend or family member to travel to the other side of the world. I'm based in the UK and I'm thinking Vietnam, South Korea, Japan, or somewhere around there where I've never been. I asked my brother, male 43, if he would consider coming with me. He got very excited and said his daughter, female 12, and son, male 8, would also come along. They're both incredibly picky eaters, and my niece only eats plain beige foods. She won't even have a burger at McDonald's, just chips and nuggets, and that's pretty much 80% of the kids' diet. I know my brother and his wife have tried hard to introduce them to other foods, but they just won't eat it. I love the two kids to bits. I really do. However, I want to travel to experience the food culture, and that is a major part of it for me. I want to get off the beaten path and experience things in life I haven't been brave enough to experience before. For me, selfishly, this trip is about the end of my cancer and celebrating that there is life after cancer. It's also not something I can easily afford. This is where I might be the asshole. I asked my brother to come travel with me, and when he said his kids would come too, I told him I would rather travel with someone else. He's disappointed and angry with me and frustrated that I don't want to travel with his family. He feels I'm being selfish, as traveling with his children can also be fulfilling. I would also like to spend some time with them and do some child-friendly things during the holiday. He had already gotten my niece and nephew excited about the travel too. To make things worse, we live in different countries, so we don't see each other a lot. They will be very disappointed when they learn I've pulled the plug on the plans. I feel conflicted. So, am I the asshole? Edit to add, I'm currently having cancer treatment. I only just started. I have grade 3, stage 3 thyroid cancer that has spread to cervical spine. I have chemo now, started first round, and then surgery, then more chemo, and then radio. The travel won't be until late 2026, at the earliest, God willing. The travel will be 2 weeks. It's not a holiday to a tourist destination. I look to go off the beaten path. I definitely can see why the OP is conflicted, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of it falls on the brother. They can't be the asshole because they asked the brother if the brother wanted to go. It would be one thing if they asked if the brother and the brother's kids wanted to go, but they didn't extend that invitation. The brother kinda just assumed. On top of the fact that it seems like the brother isn't even willing to make any compromise, so they could just go just the two of them, without the kids. Alright, that's enough stories for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Am I the Asshole? If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.